Zombie apocalypse.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Vesty here, and today I'm bringing you something a little bit different. So normally I'm, when I'm on stream and stuff like that, I'm playing Paladins, and I have a lot of people who ask me like, oh, like who's the best champion? Like who should I start playing? And today I figured I would go along and make a tier list of all of the champions in order from S to F. Just to show you who I think is the best. Now, kicking it off, we're just going to go, I think, in alphabetical order. So first and foremost, we have Androxus. Now, Androxus is absolutely phenomenal in every way. Good burst damage. He has great self-sustain. I mean, he's, boom, S tier. He's very difficult to play, but I definitely think that if you can learn him, he's phenomenal. Absolutely great. Now, just a disclaimer, everything that I am, doing a tier list for right now is strictly in casual. Now, in ranked, things are a little bit different, but this is just for new players. All right, so second, we have Ashe. And even in ranked, Ashe is great off tank. Boom, A tier. Absolutely great. Ashe is good in just about every way, shape, and form. Phenomenal. So next we have Atlas. Now Atlas is weird because Atlas is good in the right hands, but I don't think that he's quite, great. He's good, but he's not an A or B. We're gonna throw Atlas in B tier because he just that's where he belongs. Now we come to Barrack. Now Barrack is a fun one, because Barrack's also getting an update here next patch. Now, all of this stuff right now, I don't have Vora in here. This is all for, people other than Vora, because we don't really know how Vora is going to play out, because she hasn't really been ranked. She hasn't been touched since release, so I don't have Vora in here. Now, Barrack, though, is getting a big buff next update, and, I mean, even right now, Barrack is A tier. Barrack is 100% A tier. Great point tank, great off tank. Oh, Bomb King. Bomb King, Bomb King, Bomb King. So, back in the day, Bomb King used to be great. And I don't know if he's quite there anymore. And it's not anything that has to do with necessarily him himself, but just the upgrades of items and other champions, and he's just had a lot of tweaks, and Bomb King is a B tier. He's B tier. He's good, but he's not the best. And now we have Buck. Now Buck is weird, because Buck is kind of situational in my opinion. His shotgun, it's great. I mean, for 15k, gold, you're getting a great champion all around. Honestly, I wholeheartedly think Buck is an A tier, 100%. Same thing with Cassie. We're just putting Cassie S tier. Boom. Cassie's going in S tier. Cassie's insane if you can hit your shots. Cassie's gross. Corvus. Now, Corvus, now the S tier, just another disclaimer. The S tier is champions who I think are great, but maybe they need a little bit of a tone down, In terms of Corvus, I think Corvus is in a great spot. Corvus is good at healing. He can heal multiple people. He can heal people from far away. He has great range. Corvus is A tier. Simple as that. Corvus is A. Oh man, now my main boy Dredge. So, I play a lot of Dredge, but I'm going to be completely honest here when I say that Dredge, probably B tier. Like, he has good area damage, but his sustain is horrible. And in terms of anything long range, I mean, if he gets pushed, it's done. He doesn't have any kind of... Yeah, you could play Hurl and sit there and spam, harpoons, but I don't think that Dredge is all that great in terms of tier rankings. Drogos. See, Drogos is weird for me just because of the fact that I don't think he's very good, but everybody else tells me otherwise. Now, if I had to put Drogo somewhere on this list, he is going to be our first C or D. Drogo's is going to be, he's going to be high D tier. High D tier. And I'm going to move Dredge over to high B. And I'm going to move Corvus in front of Buck. So anybody who's at the front is the best, and then, you know, anybody who's towards the back is the lower end of that tier. Evie? No, Evie C tier. Evie's not that great. She's not. She's good, not great. Pretty average. Pretty average champion. Oh, where do I begin with Fernando? Fernando has seen a lot of play this past year in general. A lot of people are picking him up as a point tank. A lot of people have been using him as flank Nando or an off tank. And I think that Nando's in a pretty good spot right now. We're going to put him... we're going to put him in front of Atlas. We're going to put B King in front of Atlas. Yeah, I think that Nando is a B King... I think that Nando is a B tier. I mean, he's all around, he's good. He really is. Now, Furia. Furia is weird. Furia's healing can be phenomenal, but then you're losing out on a lot with Furia, so it's kind of this give and take with her. So, I'm starting to believe that Furia is not as great as one would think. So she's gonna go high C tier. I don't think Furia is meta worthy right now. I don't think that she's super. I think that she's balanced, and you know what I mean. If you pick her, you know what I mean. If you lock her in, she's gonna get the job done. But there's people who can do her job much better than she can. Grok. Grok is D tier. No doubt about it. Grok is D tier. Enough said. He's a horrible healer. Great damage, horrible healer. But we're going off of what they provide in their class. You know, because I don't want to, you know, put out here like, oh, like, Ying, her healing is alright, but she has a great damage, you know what I mean? I want to stay totally away from that. Grover. Grover has also seen a lot of play this year and this whole season. And, you know, Grover's high B. Grover's above Dredge. Grover is good. Grover is above average for sure, and he does his job well. He really does. He has area of effect healing. He has, you know, he has nice burst healing, good damage, good movement. Everything about Grover is good. He's nothing amazing, but he's good. He's for sure good. Oh, and then we come to Amani. Now, Amani, I think, used to be a lot better than she is now. I don't think Amani is bad, but I think the majority of what makes Amani is her ultimate. And her ultimate is good, but Amani herself right now in the current meta as a damage isn't great. She's going in the C tier. I don't think Amani is played enough because I don't think she has enough burst damage. Other than her fire beam, I don't think that Amani is viable at this very moment. Oh, and then we have Inara. Now, Inara, if you would have asked me last season where Inara would be, boom, S tier. But with her Mother's Grace nerf, I've seen a lot of impasse Inara, which is the double wall. And I think now, I think Inara's B tier. I don't think Inara is anywhere where she used to be. The mighty have really fallen in this scenario. And it's sad to say. She's still one of the best point tanks in the game. But I think there's a much better point tank right now. And that brings us to Io. Now, Io is weird. She has good healing, good burst healing, but I think what really makes Io is Luna, is the dog. And the fact that you can put Luna on the point and have Luna solo cap the point is crazy to me. It really is. So, in all honesty, if you can master Luna placement and master the timing between placing Luna, and healing your teammates, I think that IO is phenomenal. IO is going in A tier. IO is A tier right now. I think that IO is great. And that brings us to Genos. Now, Genos is good. Genos has good damage. Genos has decent healing. Genos, honestly, I think needs another nerf. I think he needs to go back down. He's great, but I think that he's now a little bit too great. I think that the fact that you can play damage Genos and still get great healing off is a little weird to me. That's a little broken. Con is good. Con's not great. Con counters people like Rom and other tanks. But in terms of everything else, I mean, Con's a good off tank. And I think Con is probably in B tier. Con is above Atlas in B tier. Con's good. He's not bad. He's just average. He's average. And Kinessa. Kinessa puts out insane damage. Has good movement. Like a great escape. She has an automatic rifle. If you get challenged from close, her ultimate is good. Everything about Kinessa is just, it's good. Kinessa, IB tier. IB tier for sure. Oh, and Koga. Koga's always been great since he came out. Koga's been phenomenal. And Koga is still phenomenal. And Koga still needs a nerf. He still does. And he's supposedly getting one. But as of right now, in the current game, Koga is S tier. No doubt about it. Oh, Lex. Lex used to be awesome. And he's still good. But he's not great. And just for that reason alone, Lex is C tier. Lex is C tier. He's good, but he's not great. He doesn't really outshine anybody else in the flank class. And yeah, the Retribution bounty targets are cool. You get a little bit of extra credits, but it's not worth the entire champion for. Oh, Leon. Leon used to be very good, and Leon is still in a good spot. She's great at putting out consistent burst damage. She's good at she's a hit scan champion, so she counters just about anything that is in the air, any champion that has fly capabilities, but Leon is average still. I mean, I would put Leon in B tier. Leon is good. I wouldn't necessarily main her. Leon is good, but I don't think that she's wow right now, you know? And then we have Maeve. Maeve is A tier. Maeve does her job well. She has Street Justice, which is very, very powerful. And yeah, Maeve is A tier. Great movement. Great everything, really. All around good damage. Good ultimate. Good everything. Good talents. Everything. Now, recently, I have seen Makoa being played so much more than he used to be. And I wholeheartedly think that because of the nerfs of some of the tanks, Makoa has become kind of a point tank, where he used to be more of an off tank, and Makoa is good. And I think Makoa is our highest B tier champion right now that we have. Makoa is a little bit above average, and Makoa is good. He's not bad. He's not a bad pick. If you pick a Makoa on my team, I'm not going to get upset. There's no reason that he is, you know, he's good. He's just good at what he does. Damba. Now, Damba, in my opinion, used to be the best healer in the game. But right now, I don't think that he is the best. I think that he's good at burst healing, but I think that Genos, Corvus, and Io right now do it better. And he's not bad. He has good damage, he has good everything, but I truly believe that Damba is in B tier right now. I think that he's good. You know what? We're actually going to put him in front of Makoa. He's good. He's almost A tier, but not quite there yet. Not quite. And then we have Moji. Now, Moji, I have a soft spot for Moji. Moji's good, in my opinion. But realistically, Moji is so easily countered that Moji's in C tier. Moji's just not great. She isn't. I think that she's good, but that's also just because I play a lot of Moji. But I don't think that Moji is... I think that Moji is a little below average, if not exactly average. Pip. No, Pip is F tier. Don't get me started on Pip. Pip is horrible. Don't play Pip. Ever. Rom. Now, a lot of lower ranked and newer players think that Rom is very broken. And I used to be the same way. But right now, I think that Rom is actually above average. I think that Rom's pretty good. He's not broken, though. I don't think that Rom is broken, and just for that reason, I'm putting him right behind B King and right in front of Khan. Actually, you know what? Khan can counter Rom. We're going to put Khan right in front. But I think that Rom is in a pretty good spot. I don't think he's bad. He's pretty good. Now, Ruckus. Now, Ruckus as a tank is all right. I mean, he's good for... He's beginner friendly. And I think that's why he's your first tank that you have when you start the game. And as an off tank, Ruckus is pretty good. But there are better off tanks in the game right now. And I'm throwing Ruckus. Ruckus is going to be C tier. I can't... Come on, Furia, move. Move. Okay, there we go. I'm switching them over. Yeah, Ruckus is C tier. He's average for sure, but I think that he does... I think that he can sufficiently do his job and fill his role. And now we have Saris. Saris is great. Saris is great. Saris has good healing. Saris has good escape, which is a little predictable, but yeah, Saris is A tier. 100% Saris is A tier. Saris is great. Nothing else about it. Now we have Shaolin. Now, Shaolin on PC is phenomenal. Now, Shaolin on console is a little bit different, but everything that I'm doing here right now is based kind of around PC. And Shaolin is broken. Shaolin is Shaolin. He is nuts. He does 1,000, damage per arrow if you charge it up all the way. Sand Trap makes his crippling arrow explode in a radius. Shaolin's just good in every way, shape, and form. He's good. He's getting a nerf. His Sand Trap talent is getting a nerf, but right now he's great. He really is. Oh, Skye. Skye. Now, Skye is good, but Skye is so easily countered now, and she's not where she used to be. She's not. Her poison arrows are good, but Skye is the lowest end of C tier that I can think of right now. Skye is not great. She's fun to play, don't get me wrong. But if you're looking for somebody to main long-term who's going to put out wins instead of putting out fun, I mean, I don't think Skye's the move. He's not. Strix. Now, a lot of people are scared of Strix because of, if you hit headshots, but Strix has the lowest win rate of all of the hit scan in the game. And I just don't see a benefit of having a Strix on my team. I don't. I don't feel like that damage role is being fulfilled if we have a Strix. And he needs something better. And he's going in C tier. He's not great. He's not. I don't think that he's very good right now. And then we have Talus. Talus is good. Talus isn't great. I mean, Talus is C tier. Talus does his job. He does it all right. His ult's really good, but I can't put him in B or A because his ultimate is good, because the rest of his kit kind of sucks, in my opinion. You know, so... Terminus. Terminus is good. Has always been good, and I think will always be good. Great off tank. He can point take decently. His ultimate is game changer. Everything about Terminus is good, and very good at that. Tiberius. Now, Tiberius does his job well. He's good damage, good movement, and he's played a lot. But I don't think that Tiberius is an A tier. I think that Tiberius is a B tier. I think that he's a high B, and I think that's where he's going to be for a long time now. He's consistent, though, and that's the thing, is he's consistent. And he's consistently above average. But I think that's where he kind of stops in terms of average play. Torvald. Now, Torvald... Yeah, Torvald's broken. Torvald is S tier. Torvald is absolutely S tier. He can pocket people. He can just keep putting out shield. Torvald, S tier. 100%. You know what? I'm actually going to move Cassie down to A tier. I'm going to move Cassie down to A tier. I don't think Cassie's necessarily broken right now. No, Tyra. Tyra, good kit. Great kit. Great talent, burn monster, counters everything. Tyra's good, man. Tyra is good. And actually, I'm going to put Barrack out of Tyra. But yeah, Tyra, very good right now. Tyra is great. Victor. Victor's always gonna be the highest B tier. Actually, you know what? We can even we'll throw Victor in. Throw him right behind Corvus. Victor is good. Victor is always going to be good. Now his 3-run burst did just recently take a nerf, but I think Victor is still very good. Victor is always going to be good. Vivian. Now Vivian's good, but I don't think that Vivian is really crazy. I don't, and Vivian's going in B tier. I don't think Vivian's nuts. I don't. On the Dredge. I don't think Vivian's that crazy. She's just not. And you know what? I'm moving Sky down. And down to D. Sorry, I was just kind of looking at the whole tier list, and I realized that I wanted to, you know what I mean, change some things up. Now on to Willow. And this hurts me. It really does, because I probably main Willow. But Willow's kit is mediocre up until Dead Zone, which prevents all healing. But the Dead Zone, in my opinion, is so small that it's not really what makes Willow Willow. I think it's just her seedling. And Willow is the bottom of the barrel B tier. She's alright. She's good. She gets the job done, but there's better area damages, like Dredge and Beaking, that just do her job better. And at that point, you might as well just buy Cauterize and just deny the healing for X amount of seconds. So Willow's good, but she's not anything to write home about. And that's just me being honest. I have a lot of fun playing Willow. Willow is good in my opinion, but in terms of realistic views, Willow is not an A or S tier. And just another thing, just because I put a champion necessarily in like C tier doesn't mean that you should avoid them. That's just where they are currently. Like, C tier is exactly average. What you get is exactly what you get. You know, like if you want to flank, Talus is a flank. He'll do the job. I think there's necessarily, I think there's people that will do his job better, like Koga, for example, or like Buck, but I don't think that, Talus is necessarily bad. And I don't want you guys to get that impression that Talus is bad. So you know, onto Ying. Ying is good. Ying is pretty good. I like Ying. Ying is going in the B tier. He's gonna go right above, right there. Boom. Ying. Ying is great. Illusions are good. She doesn't really have to worry about healing. She just kind of has to throw them down and just kind of chill. Kind of like Io if you play Lifelink. So she's very beginner friendly. She has a good kit. She has a nice escape. Thing about her is good. And then on to Zinn. Oh boy, where do we start? Zinn is probably better than Koga, and Zinn is great. Zinn has good counter. Zinn has everything, and we're actually going to put Shaolin above Genos. And I think we're going to put Zinn above Shaolin. And yeah, Shaolin is good. Zinn is great. I mean, all of these champions up here are phenomenal. They're kind of broken in my opinion, but they're very good. They're all extremely good and good to the point where they need a nerf. And yeah, so we have completed our tier list here of everybody who I think is, you know, S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and F. Pip. We're actually going to change this. F tier is just Pip. Pip is bad. Don't play Pip. Pip is horrible. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. But yeah, so everybody in order of best to worst. And yeah, so I will leave this here for a second so all of you guys can kind of see the, you know, see the tier list if you want to pause the video right here. And yeah, guys, so it's been Vesti. I love you all, and, you know, thank you for all of the overwhelming support I've kind of gotten while, you know, really starting this channel, as well as, you know, on stream and everything else. You know, if you guys want to check out my stream, it's twitch.tv/VestiUwu. I'll throw it down in the description. I also just recently dropped some holiday merchandise. So I'll drop my merch store too down below, and I'm in the process of starting a Patreon and everything, so if you guys want to support me there as a creator, that would be super helpful. It takes a decent amount of time to make these videos and, you know, just keep up the stream and everything else, and a lot of resources, and, you know, it really helps me out when you guys, you know, support me in any way, shape, or form, even if it's just getting my name out there. So I just wanted to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace, guys.